Let me ask you a question. How much practice do you actually have making a mess on purpose? If you're anything like me, a recovering perfectionist who for most of my life has tried to stay as far away from imperfection and messiness as possible, probably not a lot. So that's why we're here. Today, in order to further and empower your creativity, to learn a little bit more about watercolor, we are going to practice making a mess. The thing about making a mess is, especially if you haven't done it, if you have no practice with it, your mess making muscle is probably a little bit weak. And so we're just going to start small. We're going to start with one subject, only a few colors, a set amount of time, and just kind of containing this mess making adventure into one doable bite-sized piece. What do you say? You want to get started? Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to set a timer for 5 minutes. And for 5 minutes, we are going to, using a predetermined amount of colors and only one subject, we are just going to paint that one thing. So I'm choosing lines. I'm going to paint lines. That's it. I'm just gonna paint lines. Using these 4 colors that I have, I actually made these paints, so that's pretty cool. Using these 4 colors that I have, there are various shades of purple and blue and green. So purple, blue, and green for 5 minutes, painting lines. That's it. Okay, are you ready? We're going to press start. And now I'm gonna open my sketchbook. Turn to a blank page, and I don't know if I want to do a whole spread or if I just want to do one page. I think we'll just start with this one page. So I'm deciding what brush I want to use. Only choose one brush. We're going for simplicity here, right? So this is a round number 10. And the first thing I'm going to do is to kind of get to know my paints, I think. One way to make a mess is to kind of take things in steps first. So because I know I'm only painting lines, I'm just going to paint one long line of each of these colors. Maybe evenly spaced out, not necessarily, because again, the point of this project is not to create some magically watercolory beautiful pattern. The point of this project is to deliberately be uncomfortable. So the reason that I'm doing lines like this, though, kind of spacing them out to begin with, is sometimes you have to rev yourself up to get to be uncomfortable, right? And that's okay. If you want to paint something that feels familiar, that feels like a quick win, like, oh, okay, it's really pretty to see all of these colors all laid out, so maybe I want to do that same thing, just going horizontally across. That feels relatively safe. That's okay. We can start with safe, but we know that the end goal of these 5 minutes is to not be so safe, right? The end goal of these 5 minutes is to deliberately be uncomfortable. So now we've painted these lines all the way across so that it's a grid. Now I'm going to just kind of go wild, okay? So I'm painting some lines. Maybe I'm just gonna paint random lines as kind of like a cross all the way over here. Then I'm going to, with a different color, kind of do some zigzag lines. Right now we're kind of going for more intuitive. In the beginning, right, I kind of had this idea of, okay, I'm gonna paint kind of like a grid section, kind of like a cross. And now I'm just remembering, okay, we warmed up by being comfortable. Now I'm just going to let my hand wander a little bit. And I don't have to worry about what I'm painting because I already know I'm painting lines, right? And the lines don't have to be perfect. And maybe I decide I don't want to paint lines halfway through. That's okay. Really, exercises like this are just about getting you started, just about giving you some kind of anchor, some kind of guide so that that first stroke isn't quite so scary. Okay, and now Now maybe I want to take a deep breath and maybe paint lines with my breath, like, and just like breathe while I'm painting my lines. That can be a fun way to make a mess, kind of make process art. And I made kind of a cross this way, so maybe I want to do another cross this way, like that. It's kind of fun. And I'm gonna take some more paint here. I'm gonna do some quick lines, I think, kind of like scribbles. Before I did kind of like short lines that were almost flicking. Now I'm gonna do kind of like some scribbly lines to just kind of see what my brush is doing. And that may be something you end up doing as you kind of make messes like this is, you know, at first it's kind of, okay, I just need to put paint to paper, and then it turns into something. Maybe you start to think, I wonder how it would feel to just kind of make scribbles like this. And now I'm wondering, I wonder what would happen if I just kind of like let my brush hang here, like I'm holding it just by its tip, and I'm just kind of brushing it gently across the page like this. I wonder how that would feel. And slowly but surely, the more you stop thinking so hard about like, oh, is this beautiful? The more the questions will start to arise. It's not so much, is what I'm making beautiful, as it is, I wonder what this will do. I wonder what I can do here. And we're just about done. Our time is just about over. And thank you so much for painting with me. I'm going to turn off that timer. There it is. There's our messy page of lines. I hope that this very quick, short, guided tutorial was helpful. I know that it can be really scary, and it seems ridiculous, right? It seems ridiculous that painting lines would be scary, that making a mess would be scary, but it is. It is scary, and that's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that it's kind of terrifying to let yourself make a mess. And next time, maybe it won't be quite as scary. And that's really what we're working toward here. So if you want to build up your tolerance for discomfort, doing exercises like this, where the whole goal is to put paint to paper for no reason other than to stretch your tolerance for discomfort, that is going to help you be able to get to the questions, to get to the curiosity part much faster, which is, in my opinion, the quickest way to get into the creative flow and to find those tiny moments of wonder is to figure out how to access your curiosity by pushing through the discomfort first. Okay, thank you so much for painting with me, and I will see you next time.